I tweeted this throughout the game, but I felt like the 3-4-3 that Sweden used was really effective against the United States. Usually the US finds a lot of strength because when you look at their fullbacks, Kelly O'Hara, Midge Purse when she plays over there, Crystal Dunn, of course, they have some of the best attacking fullbacks out there. And so what I noticed in this game is that because with that 3-4-3, you have those two wide midfielders who are kind of like wing backs, but they're also, pushed up onto the fullbacks a little bit when Sweden did have the ball. And then you've got wide forwards as well. They seem to be able to keep tabs on the US wide players very well. And I felt like this was the first time in a long time that I had watched a US game and they weren't able to cause problems on the wing. Like usually they start a lot of their attacks out wide and it's going out to in. When you think of the way that their strikers play, like the wide forwards, Rapinoe, Press, Lynn Williams, when they're out wide, they like cutting inside, getting overlaps from the fullbacks. And that just wasn't happening at all in this game. Like Sweden had the extra player out wide every single time. And it left space in the middle, but the US just didn't really exploit it. And I think that's why Rose Lavelle, I thought, was the most dangerous player while she was on the pitch for the U.S. Because there was that space through the middle. But the U.S., I think, through a combination of just frustration, some sloppy play, and a lack of movement, they weren't really able to exploit that. So Sweden basically were like, "Look, you're not going to be able to take us down the wings, beat us through the middle," and the U.S. didn't do it. And for me, that was kind of the story of the game. Like, I don't think, this says anything particularly negative about the United States. I don't think it dims my hopes of them doing well at the Olympics or anything, but it's just the fact that a really good team came with a really good game plan, and the US didn't have the creativity and didn't have the problem solving to be able to adjust to that and still win the game. And that would be the only slight concern, but at the same time, you don't develop that unless you're consistently playing against good teams. So that's the whole point of these friendlies. I think that's what you really take away from this game, is that the US needed this. They needed a team to really test them and see how they would respond. And in this game, simply put, they didn't respond well enough. They got really lucky for that penalty at the end. I don't know what Jakobsen was doing, because I'll be totally honest, at that point in the game, I was hoping Sweden would see it out, and just gave away such a stupid penalty. Like, she tried to say it was outside the box. No, it wasn't. That was a terrible foul. And then, Rapinoe did score the penalty. But what's Indy saying? Rose Lavelle is the best U.S. player, no cap. Hey, speak on it, man. I still think Sam Mewis is better, but Rose Lavelle to me is definitely more fun to watch. I think she's the most creative player, and she's definitely the best dribbler on the team. I mean, she was dicing people up. I think I counted at least 2 or 3 nutmegs from her in this game. And then that one shot, I want to give credit to Falk, the Swedish keeper, because she made some big saves in this game. The save on Lavelle in the first half was really good. I think if Lavelle had scored that, it would have changed the game a lot. And then she made one really good save in the second half as well, on Megan Rapinoe at the near post. So, credit to her. She had a really good game, and I thought the whole Sweden backline defended really well as well. The work rate was crazy. Like, what I was saying about their tactics with their wing backs and their wide players, they had to drop back so much to actually implement that and make it work. Like, I was surprised that they weren't gassed, because usually what happens with the U.S. is they're just so much more fit and they press high, and they just usually are more athletic than the other team. And Sweden really outdid them in that regard in this game as well. I mean, I think for the most part, U.S. were definitely outplayed. Vic Lavelle is techie, yeah, bro. She is. I'm telling you, she's special with the ball at her feet, no doubt.